Hey everybody, is Professor Hatch. We're going to talk about the reflection essay prompt. Well, no, sorry, the reflection essay outline. Let me share my screen. Right. This is the prompt. Let's look at the actual outline. The prompt, I've already gone over that in the video. Big fan of the thumbnail and how that came out. Any case, so this is your outline. Of course, you're familiar with like what the full outline is from the basic essay structure page. I am not making you include analysis or the first two parts of the intro or any of the conclusion for the outline assignment. And I'm not gonna, for this episode, I'm not gonna actually give an example outline the way I normally do, just because this is the third essay of the semester. You should be painfully familiar with how to do an outline at this point. And also, this essay is pretty straightforward. What I will say is if you have any questions, obviously text me and I'll be happy to help. If we need to get on Zoom and talk about it, I'll be happy to do that as well. But this is so straightforward and it's the third essay. I think it'll be fine. In any case, you are going to be talking about uh, you're going to be choosing a theme that the two books have in common, those books being Between the World and Me and Mean. And then you're going to be talking about those in the first two paragraphs. And then the second two paragraphs, you're going to be talking about how you have encountered that theme. Either like you're going to be talking about yourself like personally, or you can talk about someone you know, or you can talk about uh like whatever member, wait, whatever you like. If okay, for example, if you want to talk about uh like both uh Coates and Gervit talk about I don't know, law enforcement at some point. Coates quite a bit for sure. If you want to talk about your experiences with law enforcement, or maybe you don't have any personal experiences with law enforcement, and in which case, congrats. But your perception of law enforcement is going to be different based on who you are. Obviously, rich people. I am not a rich people. I wish I was. Rich people have a very different experience with law enforcement than the rest of us do. White people, and I am a white people have a very different experience with law enforcement than with people who are not white. Um, but you could choose law enforcement or education or whatever. So I don't know if you are a member of the LGBTQIA community, you could talk about if you want to talk about identity or law enforcement or education or whatever. Uh, your personal experience with it, then that's something you could do. If you want to talk about how experiences of the community you belong to, that also is fine. If you or someone in your family, someone you know is undocumented, you can talk about, I don't know, the ICE BS that's been going on the last couple of years. Um, I'm sure there's all kinds of examples you guys can think of. So come up with your topic sentences. Let's just say you're going to talk about education. First topic sentence in his memoir Between the World and Me, Ta-Nehisi Coates talks about education and the difficulty of growing up in Baltimore, where the school to prison pipeline. It's late at night. I'm sorry. I've been doing this for too many hours today. In any case, and then in her memoir, second topic sentence, second paragraph, second body paragraph, in her memoir, Mean, Miriam Gerber discusses her experiences with education and the prejudice that she faced even as a young girl, off the top of my head. So then body paragraphs 3 and 4 are going to be how you have encountered education. Or again, if you don't want to write about yourself, I don't want to make anyone write about themselves. Some people find it very easy to write about themselves, and other people do not want to talk about themselves at all. And I don't want this assignment to be an invasion of your privacy. Um, so you can talk about education either from your own perspective or from a more generalized perspective of a community you belong to, whatever that community is, Hispanic, LGBTQIA, rich white person, if any of those are in the class, and maybe they are, I don't know, it's happened before. Whatever that community is, you can talk about it from that perspective, more of a generalized experience. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense. In any case, I'm going to stop my screen share. This is an outline that gets to be beautifully, mercifully short. Outline video that gets to be beautifully, mercifully short. As with everything else in this class, text me on Remind with any questions 24/7. Do not care what time. If I'm awake, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if I'm not, it'll be a minute before I get back to you. That's all I got to say. Third essay. Once we wrap up this one, it's just the research project, and then we get to all go have a holiday. Bye.